Hello, everybody. I got some inspiration from a YouTuber that I've just started to watch about a week ago. He's really, really good. I think the name of his YouTube channel is The Amazing Lucas. Amazing Lucas. So I said, don't wait around until you feel that you are ready to come back and say something that is important. Allow this to be part of the process. Hi, everybody. My name is Mihaela. My channel is called Acts with Mihaela Moi. Acts. Doesn't it seem that nowadays everybody's acting? YouTubers, politicians, entertainers, which is obvious. But I'm talking mostly about the people who are not entertainers, actors, comedians, the ones that we would think, yes, of course they're acting, of course they do act. I'm saying nowadays, because there's so much content that is being provided without needing to have the studios involved. You can just gather the courage and have your entertaining act on a YouTube channel or Instagram or TikTok or all these social platforms. So I feel that we are better off the more we know how to come up with entertaining acts. Like I said, not just in acting, but in every other field. I was watching, I'm catching myself do, which is I become self aware of the things that I'm doing so I can correct them. I teach acting for those of you who don't know. I have been watching what is going on in the world. And I think the world is in such a chaos, not just in America, but everywhere, everywhere. And maybe it has to do with a history of injustice when it comes to talented people not being appreciated. Or, and this is only my opinion, this is what I believe. I believe that if more acting were taught to more people would be able to develop a more complex, critical thinking about the world, about each other. And I do not think that we would be so divided. I've been trying to say this for as far as I can remember. I don't have such a great memory now, but I do. As far as I can remember, I've been trying to say that. I believe that acting has all the tools, or it has more tools than any other subject that would teach us to become better understanders, to be able to better understand each other, no matter the differences that we all have. But I think the people who are giving the opportunity are the ones, I'm not saying in all the cases, but I think the majority of people who are given the opportunities over and over and over again, I'm talking about acting, are the ones who are not as talented as the others who have more talent, but the big studios or the people in charge who could offer them platforms to be able to do something with, those people never get to have those platforms because the same less talented people are the ones that are being offered those jobs. The reason why I'm saying that is because I'm trying to have an introduction into Prince Harry and Meghan, Duchess, Sussex, as she likes to be called. When you have a platform as they have, having to do with the royal family put up a platform for them where they could have done so much. They could have done so many extraordinary shows and movies and everything else. And they cannot because they don't have the talent. Yet they're still in the news. They're still being talked about, not in the real sense of the reality of what they've done, which is they have failed, because in order to succeed, you must have some sort of talent. And I don't believe, in my opinion, they don't have any talent. But I'm talking not just about them, I'm talking about people. I know people as an acting teacher, I know people who are actors. I've known people who are actors my entire life, and they are so talented. So, not a lot of them, but there's a lot of them who are very talented, who deserve to have a platform. That's all they would need, to have a platform, because the talent is there, the work that they've done is all there. They're so ready to be able to entertain, and not only entertain, to get to that goal which I was talking about earlier, when I said if people who are talented were given the correct platform that people with less talent are getting, those people would also be able to change the way that we in this crazy world feel about each other. Because I think that that's what's lacking. I don't think that people understand that having differences or having flaws or disagreeing with each other, they're all parts of what makes acting as a craft, as an art, amazing. All of those things are accepted. In acting, we want to be different to portray a character, because my character, if I were an actress, has to be different than the other character. The other character that's being portrayed by another actor would have to be different, so we can develop and build a conflict, have an argument, in order to create a scene, in order to create a dramatic story for the audience to be able to watch. So, different characters, different scenarios, revealing of the flaws each character has, creating an obstacle to overcome within ourselves, then with the other character, creating conflict, then developing the tactics or the different ways that we can attempt to solve that in order to achieve a goal and win. Those are all elements of what makes storytelling great. But because people are not aware of that, people are not even aware how important acting would be if only understood the way that it is supposed to be understood, we would understand ourselves so much better. But the reason that doesn't happen is because people who would be able to show those things, like I said, some of them actors that I've worked with, actors that I've coached or have crossed paths with, they would be able to do that, but they don't get the platform that less talented people, such as Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, who don't have the talent, are getting. And they're getting the platform that other people would die for, and they would be able to unify the world and do great things. But it is given over and over again by People magazine, for example, where I found this article about Prince Harry made a secret visit to another member of the royal family during his England trip, United Kingdom trip. I mean, why is everybody still paying so much attention to this guy, to Prince Harry, who a couple of years ago said, I don't want to have anything to do with my country. I don't want anything to do with the institution, with the royal family, with my family, because I want to go and be free. I want to go with my precious, beautiful actress, Meghan, from the show Suits and from the show The Suitcase with Howie Mandel. We want to go to Hollywood. More specifically, we want to go to Montecito, and we want to take the Freedom Flight. Not only that, we want to become billionaires, because in their minds, probably they really thought that they were going to achieve that success. They probably really thought that they were going to achieve that success. You know, they really thought that they would achieve that success. I don't know how somebody can think that that would be a possibility. I think it goes with the less you know, the more you think you know. I don't know. But this is what I'm saying. So now this article that I just found today, they're talking about Prince Harry in this magazine without taking into consideration all of the tactics that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle and all of the acts. That's why I'm calling my channel now Acts with Mihaela, because acts doesn't just mean acts as in an act 1 or 2 or 3 in acting. Acts in politics, acts that we do in everyday life as people in general. We act, we must act, because we got to put on different public personas depending on the situations that we are in our everyday life. So I think Acts with Mihaela is a better title than the one that I had before. People's Magazine, they're talking about them as if they are forgetting everything that was done before. And they're not mentioning, to begin with, the reality, which is Prince Harry is now trying to mend his relationship with the royal family, with his family, because he hasn't succeeded. And all of the plans that his actress, so-called actress, Duchess, Sussex, Meghan, she wants to be called, has not been able to obtain or gain the status of the A-listers of Hollywood, of California, of Los Angeles, that she was so sure that she was going to be able to get due to marrying Prince Harry. She knew she wasn't going to get there before she met Prince Harry, because she had tried to. And there's nothing wrong with trying. Many actors struggle and struggle and struggle, and they don't make it. There are many actors that I've talked about who don't make it, who have tons of talent. So then you have people like her who she doesn't have tons of talent. She lacks talent. And she probably did not know that, or maybe she was trying to find other reasons to why she didn't make it as a great actress. Because for somebody who doesn't acknowledge reality the way that these two don't acknowledge reality, I don't think that she knew that she doesn't have talent. She probably thinks that she has tons of talent, but nobody wants her because of some outside forces and obstacles that have to do with her victim, her being the victim all the time, you know. So now Prince Harry, he goes back to United Kingdom because he wants to get well in the same, he wants to get back into the royal family, like I said. But he thinks that the history that happened for the last 6 years or 5 years, I don't know, when they left the royal family, and they wanted to be free of them. And not only do they want to be free of them, but they disparaged them. They said horrible things. They revealed personal, vulgar, intimate moments that were so sacred between them as family members. They're not even even in acting. When I ask my actors that I work with, the actors that I work with, to reveal there's a public and public solitude or private moment for actors. Even the actors, when they have to reveal something, of themselves to then be able to drop down deeper into their own experience of life, to be able to bring it to the character. I tell them all the time, if you don't feel, if you feel that it is too intimate for you to reveal with the rest of the actors or to speak it out loud, all you have to do is just whisper it for you to know it, whisper it in such a way that nobody around you in the cast will hear it, or go outside and say it to yourself out loud when you make sure that there's nobody to hear you. Even for actors, you have to know how to protect your own privacy, because if you don't protect it, then it might be something that you later regret for sharing. And that's not part of acting. Acting will, again, I go back to acting teaches you things about how to conduct yourself as a decent human being in life. It teaches you that. It teaches you that. Hello, Libby Wilson. Thank you so much. You're late. That's fine, because I'm kind of repeating myself. You haven't missed much. It's so nice to hear, to see you, to hear, to see your text. I hope you're hearing me. I haven't even tested it, but I wanted to see if I can find a different background. I'm still figuring this out. So I was like, what am I going to talk about? And then I was watching, the whole President Trump and Melania Trump visit to the United Kingdom, and all of the superb spectacle that King Charles and Princess Catherine and Prince William and Queen Camilla offered to the visit of the President of the United States and Melania Trump. And I was watching it, and everybody then was talking about the banquet where Trump and King Charles were given a speech, and then Donald Trump was given the speech that he did. And this has nothing to do with the politics. I'm not talking about that. But yeah, in politics, there are acts to be done. The better actor you are in politics, the more you will be able to brainwash the minds of people, because the rest of the people do not have the fortune to be able to understand the tools of acting and how these actors, entertainers, and politicians can fool them, because they know those tools. They have the privilege of knowing those tools. Yes, politicians are being taught, they're being trained. I don't want to say trained, but politicians and other people in high positions use acting coaches to teach them how to make something that they want to become available for the public and to become credible, how to do that. They're being trained in acting tools. Yeah. So President Trump, so one of the thing that kind of made me go, whoa, when I was watching President Trump, it came time, he was praising King Charles and the way that he was received, and talked about all of the things that he talked about. But then when it came to Prince William, he went again to King Charles to say, you should be so proud of your son. You have an amazing son, Prince of Wales, Prince William. And then he went to turn to Princess Catherine, who was sitting next to President Trump, and such a beautiful Princess Catherine, healthy. So he only acknowledged Prince William, never, never, never made it sound like Prince William is the only son of King Charles. He actually, in the way that he said it without saying it, he made it sound like he was the only son of King Charles. And then Princess Catherine turned to her. I mean, there are pictures of Trump and Princess seeing him probably flirting with Princess Catherine. But it was so wonderful to see. And I'm like, oh my God, finally somebody has said it. I don't believe in all the other things that Trump talks about and all the things that he does. But that moment, I was like, bravo, somebody said it. He had the guts to say it, because nobody seems to stand up to Prince Harry and Meghan. When they talk about, they want to go back, everybody, and all these other YouTube channel people, they're coming on to say, yes, Prince Harry is ready to go back to United Kingdom, to England, and he wants his children, Lilibet and Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, to be schooled in England. Isn't that wonderful that he wants to go back and he wants to mend all of the negative things that happened between him, Meghan, and the royal family? Well, those things did not happen because of both sides. Nobody asked them to leave the royal family. They wanted to leave the royal family. But they're not saying in the article they want to go back because they haven't succeeded in Montecito, California. No matter what they try, they haven't done anything. They haven't succeeded. So they want to go back because now they realize that what they had, the platform that I was talking about in the beginning that was given to them, where they could have done so much with, threw it away. They threw it away. They threw it away, believing that they are so extraordinarily talented that they can just become movie stars in Hollywood without any background training to get them there. So now they want to go back. But in People's Magazine, they don't say that. They just talk about one side of the story. Wouldn't it be nice? Isn't it nice that Prince, I'm paraphrasing, isn't it nice that Prince Harry wants to go back? Oh, and then some other YouTubers were saying, Meghan doesn't want to go back. She wants nothing to do with England. No, no, no. Are you people crazy? Are you that stupid to believe that she doesn't want to go back after she's figured out that she can't do anything? Don't you think she regrets everything that she's done? Of course she wants to go back, but she's pushing Prince Harry to solve this and to make it happen. With King Charles, she's pushing him to go and use the vulnerability that King Charles as a father and also being sick with cancer would feel, using again Lilibet and Archie to get Prince Harry to be able to get him back in. She doesn't want to be the one because she wants to keep fooling all of those supporters who believe in everything that she says and does, which is so obvious to me that it's so, so, so not true. Every time she does an article, every time she writes an article, every time she speaks in an interview, every time she gets up on the stage, you can just see she's not credible. You don't have to be an Einstein to recognize somebody not being believable. What is wrong with people not having the understanding to be able to see that or to observe that or to recognize the difference between someone who tells credible stories and somebody who tells not credible stories? The problem is that they haven't taken acting to be able to observe those things. You're watching a movie. How are you able to distinguish between an actor who is fake and an actor who is actually so truthful in the character that he or she is portraying? Not a lot of people can because they don't have the observations. They don't have the critical thinking that's required to be able to distinguish between the two. Thank you so much. Yes, you can hear me. I can't wait until we can call William and Catherine king and queen. I know, me too, me too. That's why Prince Harry, I believe, is being pushed by Duchess Sussex from the back, as if to say, I'm not interested. I don't want to seem like the one that I'm recognizing that everything that I've done was a failure and I should have never done it. I don't want to take responsibility the same way she never takes responsibility. I'm going to pretend that I never want to go back to that country. I'm going to pretend that I don't want to go back there. But I'm going to push Prince Harry the same way that I've pushed him to do what I needed him to do. And still my life is not a success. So I'm going to push him back to make it seem like, well, if he wanted me to go back, even though I don't want to go back, I'll just have to go back. How hard can it be to go back to the royals and be a working royal as if I don't want to do that? And they want to do it now before, God forbid, something happens to King Charles. I mean, he's sick. He's with cancer, you know? Because I understand from other articles, I don't know if it's in this one, Prince William There was an article that was written just a few days ago where Prince William supposedly doesn't even want to hear the name of his brother being talked about in his presence. He doesn't want to. So I think that he was frustrated by the reception that King Charles gave Prince Harry when he went back to England. But I also think that King Charles, as a father, he's thinking about, I probably don't want to spend the rest of the time that I have, or years. I hope he has another 30 years of life, but he doesn't want to regret probably not having seen his son. But at the same time, I also think that he's smart enough to have done it for the public, for those people whom I say, how dare a father who's ill doesn't want to see his youngest son, Prince Harry, no matter what Prince Harry did, no matter that he wrote a book of 600 pages, no matter they did the Oprah interview, which nothing from that interview is now real, and they're trying to walk it back, and they've tried to walk it back so many times. No matter, no matter, no matter. Prince William and Princess Catherine, I don't think they will ever want anything to do with these two. I don't. You hurt somebody when they're at their most vulnerable, that's being done with cruelty. That's being done with intentional cruelty. Prince Harry, Meghan did it to Queen Elizabeth before she died. They did it to Princess Catherine. They did it to Queen Elizabeth's husband. They did it to everybody. When you do something knowing that those people are in the most vulnerable situation, they're sick, they're a couple of weeks away from dying, and you still do those interviews and you write the book and you do all of the shit that these two shits did. I shouldn't call them that, but that's just my opinion. I still have free speech. I have the right to free speech still in America for as long as I have it, I hope. Excuse me. And that's called deliberate cruelty. It's one thing to be cruel, but it's another thing to be deliberately cruel. That's in Streetcar Named Desire. I think Blanche says that to Stanley, I think. So I think they're trying to do all of this to get back in the grace of the family before Queen Catherine and King William will take power. And they're desperate, desperate. And again, don't tell me that Meghan doesn't want to go back. There are reporters who are saying that. Are you people not recognizing excuse me, what's going on? Seriously, please. So let's see this. People is on their side all the time. I don't even want to read, but I'm just so upset that they're putting out this information, which is misinformation. Prince Harry's 4-day visit to UK included a reunion with his father, King Charles, after nearly 2 years, as well as a secret visit to another member of the royal family. A spokesperson for the Duke of Sussex said that on his recent visit to the UK, Prince Harry met with the Duke of Kent, at Kensington Palace to pay his condolences privately to Prince Edward, the Duke of Kent, following the death of his wife, Catherine, the Duchess of Kent. She died September 4th. We saw the funeral. We saw all of those things, blah, blah, blah. So I just want to make sure that this is what I'm telling you guys. This is the platform. One of the platforms is People Magazine, who give these people the attention that they don't deserve because they haven't earned it. Actors as characters have to earn going from one beat to the next beat. They cannot go from one scene within the scene to the next scene unless they've earned it. How do they earn that? By credible comportment to be able to move on to the next scene. It's required of you to be a decent human being as a character in acting. That's why I'm trying to make the connection. But it's not required for you to be a decent character It's not being required of you to tell the whole story on such platforms as People's Magazine. The whole trip felt like a real success for everyone involved. What success? What success? You can say the whole trip felt like a real success for everyone involved in comparison to all the failures that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have had in Montecito, no matter how hard they try. That would have been the whole story. Don't just tell half the story. His passion for patronages and the causes he cares about hasn't dimmed one bit. He's already buzzing to get back and do more. He's already buzzing like a bee, like the bees that Meghan had in With Love, Meghan from Montecito. Not my house, but I have chickens and I have bees, and I'm trying to do the bee thing that Princess Catherine did, because I cannot be taken as the number one in the royal family, and I've always wanted to be Queen Meghan. I want to be Queen Meghan. Queen Meghan, why can't I be the queen? Why was I late to the party? I spent too much time on the yachts with other people who were not important, while Princess Catherine was early to meet Prince William. I mean, people, you know what I mean? Come on. Come on. It's like, please say the whole thing. They want to go back. They had this opportunity, the same opportunity that he's like so excited. He's so buzzing to go back and do the royal duties. They were given to them. And they heard those people in the family who put him on a pedestal when he first married Meghan. She was put on a pedestal, and they were given all those amazing platforms to do what they want to now do because of their failures. Tell the whole story. The Duke of Sussex made several public appearances during his UK trip, including the Well Child Awards in London. Crouched. Oh, he crouched as if, oh my God, can you believe Prince Harry crouched to be at the same level with those ordinary children? Are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? He's using those moments, and then he makes public a donation for 1 million and something to the foundation for those children. If you want to do something for those children, keep it private. The private moments that he's supposed to keep private is that one. When you're making a donation, you don't have to prove to the world that you make a donation unless you want something. You want to gain something for yourself out of it. You want people to like you. You want to gain people from UK to like you and ask you to come back because you haven't made that in California, in Hollywood. But the private moments that you were supposed to keep to yourself, such as the things that I don't even want to think about, that he thought about when he was talking about his Tudger and Princess Diana's lotion and fight with his brother, Prince William, those he couldn't keep private. So he doesn't know. He makes the private moments that are supposed to be private public, and he keeps the other ones. Doesn't make sense. He doesn't make sense. He does not make sense. He crouched as if to say the children did not deserve for. Yes, he crouched because the children are shorter. So of course he's going to have to crouch. He crouched to greet children, wrapped families in hugs. He loves to hug, like Meghan loves to hug. Give me a hug. Let me embrace you. Let me jump on you, Prince William. Meghan was so upset that she wasn't hugged back. And she was, why? Why wasn't William and Catherine hugging me? I was there receiving them in the small cabin that was given to us. The Frogmore cabin house. It was so tiny, and they came over, and I was like, I can't wear shoes. The cabin is too small. The house is too small for me. I want to at least embrace you. Can I embrace you both? And Catherine, can I use your lipstick, please? Crazy. He's still the same person, said CRS Trevor Rose. He wants to feel the energy here. He cares. And that's the main thing. He wants to feel the energy. He cares. Can't get enough of people's royal coverage, blah, blah, blah. Okay. One of the most newsworthy moments came when Harry arrived at Clarence's house on September 10th and disappeared inside for a long awaited private meeting with King Charles. He emerged just under 1 hour later, and experts were quick to point out that this visit could be the first, not the list, step on the road to reconciliation with his father. Oh my goodness, he was able to get a 45 minutes meeting with his father. It's a massive step in the right direction. Queen Elizabeth's former spokeswoman Anderson told people following the historic meeting, it's a building of trust. Yes, it's a building of trust. They're going to have to start with the foundation. And then in a few years, they're going to have to start with the first floor. And then in the next year, they're going to have to build the second floor. And then in the next year, they have to build the next floor. And by that time, William is going to be king. And he will say, stop the construction. No need to keep constructing in building trust. What is that saying that Oprah used to quote? I think it was Maya Angelou who said it, but Oprah used to say it all the time when she used to be great, when she used to have the shows in Chicago and she was doing all these amazing shows and she was giving people cars and she was actually doing great for the people. But then she turned around. I don't know what happened. I think Gail got a gig on TV and then she thought she was going to lose Gail. And then that's just in my opinion. And then she turned everything around and she welcomed Prince Harry and Meghan to talk about how racist the royals are when it came about Archie and the color of his skin. But then they said they never said that. And then they said it. And then they said, no, we didn't. And then Oprah used to say, quoting Maya Angelou, she used to say, when somebody tells you who they are for the first time, believe them. Well, when somebody tells you who they are for the first time, as Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, believe them. And that's what Prince William and Princess Catherine, they're doing that. They're believing them because they're not going to show you a different character the second time around. They're going to still show you the same doings as they did before. So no building, no trust of building. The building ends, the foundation was never there. They've destroyed it. Harry and the King, 76, have been estranged for more than 18 months. As People previously reported, the meeting not only served as a chance for the Duke of Sussex to rekindle his relationship with his father, but also with his brother, Prince William. Rekindle the relationship. Why would they rekindle the relationship that Prince Harry did not want? Because he chose to believe in the aberrations and hallucinations and delusional realities of Meghan when he met her. While the encounter marked a hopeful step forward, royal insiders cautioned that a long road lies ahead before full reconciliation can take place. It shows the way forward. An insider with ties to both sides told people it is a good starting point. Starting point. They keep starting, don't they? They keep these two like to keep starting. They keep starting. They're doing Polo on Netflix. They did fake, false. Nobody watched. They did, Meghan did Spotify, did not work. Lemonada, another Spotify kind of thing, but smaller company, did not work. Would love Meghan first season, second part of her season, which I couldn't even watch. I watched the first one, the second one I cannot watch. It's too, you can't watch it. It's that bad. And Netflix is still showing it. This is what I'm talking about, these people. These people, these smart people, Netflix CEO, I forget his name, all these extraordinary visionaries, they keep wanting to stay with people who are less talented than taking the risk to give people who might not have the title duchess, but they could offer so much more and in return make more money for them. But they don't want to take the risk because the formula that they want to go by is, let's not take a risk. We're somewhat secure in choosing somebody as Prince Harry because he's a prince, and Meghan, who's now Duchess Sussex, rather than say that's no guarantee that they can bring you money because they have no talent. Maybe somebody who lacks Prince as title or Duchess as title, but it's just an Alejandro, whatever the last name, can give you more money because he has the talent and he has the drive and he has the understanding of what it is to put your whole self into a show, if only that was given to him or to her. I just said Alejandro, but anybody. But no. And you could also change the people's understanding of what it's like to get along with each other, even if we are so much individual in our own way of being. That's what is so amazing about acting, because you have to learn all of these things about what it's like to be a person, how to try to live this life with so many different obstacles and things happening, sad and happy and all in between, and still go about it and try to be grateful between those moments of anger. And it's all valid. Acting illuminates the human spirit, and there's no freaking human spirit in the world, because nobody was wanting to raise the understanding of people of what that would be like. Because people who have those opportunities, that create opportunities for other people, will create those opportunities for people who don't have the ability to do that. And the examples are Prince Harry and Meghan. Okay, let's see what else. When asked if he will bring his children back to the UK despite his security concerns, what security concerns? What security concerns? You forgot to add, People's Magazine, that he went on a freaking trip to Ukraine. How did he do that? Why did he do that? Because he wants to be relevant. He wants to be paid attention to. He wants to be the Harry that people loved many, many years ago when he was a decent human being. And he was in the royal family, working as a royal, understood the privilege that he had as a spare. Not anymore, because Meghan probably went and grabbed him with her claw and said, "You don't need to be the spare. You come with me to California, to Hollywood, and we will become stars. Don't you want to be a star rather than a spare?" Well, now he realized he's not a star. He never was, and he never will be. So now he wants to go back to being a spare? I thought that was bad. Bad to be a spare. Why don't you say that when you talk about his concerns about security? He went to Ukraine twice just to get to, and he was barefoot in Ukraine in an office. Everybody else was wearing shoes, but he's got to be different. He's got to be like Meghan. She's barefoot. She's hugging. They just have to be so different because they think being different in a mediocre way by taking your shoes off, that's talent enough. I am so real. When they're actually barefoot, but living in delusional reality that they within each other construct for themselves because they still don't understand that they have no talent. I'm not saying they have no talent is a bad thing, and people are going to be like, oh, do you have talent? Are you an actress? No, I'm not. I did not make it as an actress. I'm not afraid to say it. But I'm telling you the reality of what is, of how I see it, my opinion. When asked if he will ever bring the children back, yeah, brought concerns about the security, whatever has gone on in the past. It's good to see the family trying to repair itself or communicate at least. What family is trying to do that? It's Prince Harry trying to do that. He's desperate to do that. Do you see what I say? Meghan and Harry are desperate to be royals again. It's Meghan and Prince Harry desperation who that is what's trying to get back in the royal family. After visiting the UK and Ukraine, Harry returned to Montecito, California to be with his wife, Meghan Markle. Why are you calling her Meghan Markle? People's Magazine? Please. My name is Megan Sussex. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Are you crazy people from People's Magazine? People Magazine? I thought you were on my side. How many times do I have to tell you I am Queen Megan? Oh my God, there's a show on YouTube I love so much. And Libby Wilson, if you haven't seen it, you got to watch it. It's a YouTube channel. It's a YouTube channel. Why do I do? It's a YouTube channel. Mark Dolan, the Mark Dolan Show. He's so hilarious. He does all these interpretations and all these characters that he talks about, and he's so good. And then he goes into song. He's so spontaneous, but he gives you the real facts. He gives you the real story. He is so, you talk about authenticity that Meghan wants to portray, and she calls herself to be authentic. Mark Dolan Show, he is so talented. He should have a platform on Netflix. He should have a platform, not this not this duo. A source. Everyone has to have compassion for our side. Everyone has to have compassion for our sides. Why does everybody have to have compassion for our sides? Why? Everybody had compassion for our sides years ago when they were offered to be part of the extraordinary, the most famous, the most known royal family in the world. And they said, no, 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 no. Our side says, bye bye. Bye bye. We don't like anything about this. We don't like you. We're going to make up stories about you. We are better than you. You want me to curtsy in front of Princess Catherine when she becomes queen? You want me to curtsy in front of Prince William when he becomes king? I wanted to be with him, not curtsy in front of him. But now everybody has to have compassion. People Magazine, please. And call her Queen Meghan. Do not call her Meghan Markle. That's what Mark Dolan says. She wants to be Queen Markle. After visiting the UK and Ukraine, Harry returned to Montecito to Meghan and their children. See Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. Oh, how wonderful, Prince and Princess. We get to see the back of their heads all the time. Meghan hides them because that is her talent. She knows how to hide children. That is my tool. That is my acting tool that I have learned on the show with Howie Mandel when I was suit girl. She wasn't a suit girl on that. She was suitcase girl. They've taught me in acting school how to hide the children's faces, but then show them sometimes and then not show them other times, and show the back of them and then not show the back of them, and show them watching mommy on television doing with love, Meghan, cooking and burning things. and sprinkling hair all over the food. That's what acting is to me. Meghan, Duchesse Sussex. People, magazine, please call her Meghan Sussex. On Saturday, September 20th, Meghan 44 and Harry stepped out together to the 1805 live concert, which supports Santa Barbara County's first responders, and was held at Kevin Costner's Oceanside East Estate in California. Oh, this just happened. I didn't even see this news. So they showed up. This is their first outing after they saw the extravaganza from United Kingdom with King Charles, Queen Camilla, President Trump, Melania Trump, First Lady, Prince William, Princess Catherine, and all of the beauty of what royal means. They decided that they were really upset by the comments of Trump, not only by the comments of Trump, but by the fact that the family didn't stand up to Trump. They probably wanted King Charles to say to Trump when he called Prince William the only son, and when he paid tribute to how beautiful and extraordinary Princess Catherine was. Meghan was probably watching from Montecito with Harry, with the kids, with their back. Maybe she made the kids turn their backs to the TV. That's how she has the kids around the house. She has the kids walking backwards. Because she only takes pictures of them backwards. Maybe that's how they walk, poor kids. Maybe she wanted King Charles to stand up to President Trump and say, listen, President Trump, I have another son. I know he's just a spare, but a spare is good enough. I don't understand why he wanted to give away that and run away with the actress Meghan to Montecito. I want you to know that Prince William is not my only son. I have another, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. That's probably what they wanted. They wanted King Charles. They probably wanted Prince William to stand up from the table, pound in the table, and say, I have a brother, my brother, Prince Harry. And I have a sister-in-law. Her name is Meghan Sussex. I don't know why I'm talking as if I'm drunk. Definitely. Where are you? Okay. Yes, we must use our free speech while we all have it. Definitely respect is earned, and they both have a long way to go to get it back. He has a love the way he brings the news. Yes, yes, exactly. Yes, Libby Wilson. Oh my God. Do you like my new thing in the back or no? I don't know if you're still there, but anyway, this was so much fun to do. I didn't even know that so now they're telling us, People Magazine wants to let us know that no matter they were not invited to go back to England, no matter they're not working royals anymore and they were not mentioned in the speeches given by King Charles or President Trump when they were seated next to Prince William and Princess Catherine. They don't care about that because they just went to a concert, which is wonderful. I'm not making fun of the concert, you guys. The concert is wonderful. The concert is for the county's first responders of Santa Barbara. That's amazing. But when they do these events, they go for their own gain. That's why I'm making fun of them. And then People Magazine wants us to know that Kevin Costner, who's a major actor, invited them to go to his Oceanside estate in California. So they're still in with A-listers like Kevin Costner. When you're dropping names, but you haven't been able to do something for yourself to stand up for that, something that you did, and you have to keep dropping names after names of who you're aligning yourself with, and you're trying to grab some attention. Oh, Meghan, I think that's what it was from. I saw some clips. Thank you. Microphone. Oh my God, love the way yes, who shocked Meghan and grabbed a microphone. I know I saw that. I just saw that, Libby Wilson. I also, that's where that was from. It was Meghan Markle. She got on stage. Prince Harry was there first, and then Meghan comes on stage, and he's not paying attention because he's trying to come up with something smart, which he never has anything smart to say. So then she makes him aware of her being on stage by putting her hand on his back. He goes, "Oh, hi, 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 hi." He goes like, "Oh, oh, hi, 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 oh, hi, hi." Didn't even know how to react. Didn't even know what to do, what to say. So then, because there was nothing for her to do there, she decided to turn around and move off. She went backstage. She went off stage. I was like, "What? What is she doing? She's going off stage?" She probably wanted to be welcomed by everybody, and nobody applauded her because they already applauded Prince Harry being there first on the stage. So when she saw that nobody was giving her applause, or no, there was no royal spectacle, royal parade, nobody there for you to await your being on the stage. Then she just decided to leave, and she just went back. I saw that. So that's, it was from this. I didn't know that it was from that. So funny how they're still trying to get attention. And the reason for, I think I'm so like crazy bothered by it, is because I think the world has come to the point where we're at right now in the whole world, because these people are being given attention over and over and over again. For what? And they're being excused. They're not being made to take responsibility for all the things, for all the acts that they have done against their family, against people, lying. But they're still the ones that are given the platform. They're still the ones that are being invited. They're still the ones that are being, not somebody who would probably have so much more to offer as talent goes, as skills go, as humanity goes. Anyway, thank you for liking the background. I thank you. I don't know how much I talked, but I think I talked a long time, so I'm gonna let it go. Do you like my glasses? Thank you so much, Libby Wilson. I'm so glad to see you on this live. I hope I have other people watching. I can't see any other comments, but you always are making me feel so good because, yes, I have the will to keep on trying and trying and trying. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Libby Wilson. I hope you're well. Bye.